maybe I'm getting a little sucked into the reviews and the online messaging about like, this is the best thing to do, this is the worst thing to do, like, don't do this, avoid this. Well, hi, hello, good morning. It is day 59. It is day 59 of our trip, and we're in Koh Samui. And right now, I'm sitting on Lamai Beach, and it is so freaking hot. Holy crap. You know, it's funny. We came over here today. We rented a motorbike, even though it was super scary. We think it's a lot more scary to drive here than in Krabi. So that was a little bit scary to get over here. But I'm so glad we did it. I'm so glad we checked this place out because we had heard, based on like social media stuff and everything, that Lamai was much better than Chaweng. And perhaps it's just where we've been hanging out in Chaweng. We're not at the like most touristy part of Chaweng. We're like more south, we're further down. And Lamai is like even further down around the island. And we had heard that it was better. We'd heard that like there's like good food and it's nice over here, but it's less crowded. And honestly, like I don't agree. I don't agree so far. Now, what do I know? We've only been here a few days. Like we've been here like 5 days total. We've been down to Chaweng Beach twice. And we've now been over to Lamai once, and we're literally in one spot. So, you know, what do I know? But I don't think this beach is better. I think that the southern part of Chaweng is better. And perhaps if you're comparing it to the like more northern, more touristy, more busy part of Chaweng Beach, like that's probably true. But the southern part where we are is pretty quiet. It's pretty chill. And like, yeah, maybe it's a little bit more crowded than where we're at right now, but it feels less crowded. And the reason why it feels less crowded is actually purely because, just like dripping, um, it's purely because there's more beach space. Like the beach itself extends further from where like the hotels are to the actual water. Like there's just more room between there and the water. Here, because there's slightly less room, it feels like the resorts are a little bit more like right on top of the water, and because they all put out chairs and stuff like that like right in front of the resort, you know, those are all taken by people using the resorts. That'll make sense. But it means that like the sort of like public beach area feels smaller, you know? Like I almost feel like I'm trespassing even though I'm not, but it kind of feels that way. And also the sand is better. The sand is not as nice here. I know these are all small things. Like honestly, this beach is just fine. Like it's great. But if I'm gonna be a picky brat about this, which, you know, if we're gonna try and compare all the beaches in Koh Samui, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like compare them. And I think I prefer the one that's closer to where we're staying, to be honest. Um, yeah, I'm glad we came over here. I'm glad we checked it out, and I'm excited to like get food and see what else is over here, kind of see what the vibe of this area is like. We heard it's just a little bit more laid back. I'm really curious what that will be, but yeah, I just wanted to like throw my thoughts out there because I was just very surprised considering how many times we kind of kept hearing like, oh, Lamai is the best one, like go there instead. Chaweng is fine, but like Lamai's got all the good parts of Chaweng and like not the bad parts. But so far I'm preferring Chaweng. So interesting. Don't get me wrong though, I don't love the touristy like portion of Chaweng. Like um other than our gym, I like our gym so far, but I don't like the rest of that area very much. But yeah, so far I prefer it. We will see if maybe like a restaurant or coffee shop over here will just win our hearts and we'll be like, oh, never mind. We love this place too.
Pineapple. Pineapple.
Much better.
Much better. Yeah.
But yeah, so far points for Chaweng. Didn't see that one coming because I was kind of regretting booking a Airbnb over there. I thought maybe I'd made a big mistake and I should have booked it here, but now I'm like, okay, it was fine. Maybe I should not be so hard on myself where I pick Airbnbs. Yeah, but like honestly though, I think one thing I kind of need to keep coming back to is traveling is not like a game, it's not a sport. There's not points for like doing it right or wrong. And it's really just about enjoying your day and enjoying the place you're at and sort of taking the day as it comes. So, no matter what beach we would have been on, I really should just be grateful that we're at the beach at all, and that I get to have a good time and hang out with my husband and, hopefully not get burnt. But I think that's a thing too, that like maybe I'm getting a little sucked into the reviews and the online messaging about like this is the best thing to do, this is the worst thing to do, like don't do this, avoid this, whatever. I think I just need to like take everything as it comes and see what draws us in and go explore that, and then you know try to find our own way a little bit and try and just see what we like the best versus following or being so obsessed with finding like the best thing or the best food, the best spots, the best activities, whatever. Maybe stop worrying about that so much and just go with the activities and the things that sort of like draw us in, and not overthink it so much. So yeah, um, lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts during my little beach session. But honestly, I'm getting so hot. It's so sweaty. I'm probably super red. And I also always have limited time before I need to put on more sunscreen. So I'm gonna do that and then probably get back in the water. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. Thanks for hanging out. And I will check in with you tomorrow. Goodbye.